So today's topic is climate. Yesterday we discussed about weather, today we'll discuss about climate. What is the difference between climate? So everyday condition of the atmosphere, like whether it is what is the temperature today, what is it cloudy or sunny, or it is rainy, all these are of everyday condition is called as weather. Yesterday we saw that. If this is recorded every day, we get the data of 1 month, after that 1 year, like this. After observing for 25 years of time, we'll understand the climate of one place. How temperature, let us take temperature. Temperature of an area is recorded. For how many days? For 1 month. Let us take every day something around 34, 35, 36, 37, again going down to 33. Something like the temperature is there. After 1 month, average is seen to be 34 degrees Celsius. Average of that month. Next month, for every month they'll take the average. For 12 months, something 12 numbers will be 34, 35, 36, something like that. Again, the average of 12 months is taken. Let it be 35 degrees Celsius. After 12 months, 1 year, this is 1 year average. Like that, 25 years data is collected, and average of that 25 years is taken. The final number, whatever it is, 34, 36, 35, that is the temperature of that area. Okay, in the same way, temperature is measured. Humidity, they'll measure in the same way. Monthly, they'll measure, take the average. Each month's average, they'll write it in, they'll note it down, they'll preserve it. After 12 months, they'll take the average of 12 months. After 25 years, they'll take the average of 25 years. That will be the average humidity of that area, average temperature, average rainfall, average, what do you say, winds of that area. All this will be recorded, and that will give the climate of one area. Okay, so if you depending upon these data that are collected, there are four different types of climate on our earth. One, desert climate. Second, temperate climate. Third, tropical climate. And fourth one is polar climate. Okay, what are these four? We'll see now. Desert climate. First, desert climate. Desert climate means the temperature is very hot during the daytime. During daytime, it is very hot. Night is very less nights. That means time of night will be very less. And during that time, it is very cool night, but short nights. And humidity in this area will be there will be very less humidity. So you can say desert climate is a climate which is hot and dry. Hot and dry. Now coming to the next, temperate climates. Temperate regions are the regions which have less sunlight is less, so it is not very hot. It's not very hot, not very cool also, moderate. And you can also see that humidity is also average humidity. average. So this type of climatic conditions, which is not very hot, not very humid, are called as temperate regions. Not very hot, not very humid. Rainfall is also less, sorry. Not humid means rainfall is less. If more water vapor is there in air, that means more clouds are forming. More clouds are forming, more rainfall. So in these areas, whether it is desert or temperature, desert it is completely dry. But in case of temperate climate, it's not very hot. It's not very humid. Moderate rainfall, moderate temperature. Okay. Now the third one is trophical. Trophical regions. Trophical climate means Tropical climate means temperature is very hot and humidity is also more. Humidity is also more. This is possible if this hot temperature is around a forest. In forest area, what will happen? If the temperature increases, the trees will release out so much amount of water in the form of transpiration. So as a result, what will happen? The humidity that is present in air also increases. Moreover, if there is any water body near that hot area, water also evaporates very fast. That will also turn into a tropical region. In this tropical region, it is very hot and very humid. High rainfall also seen, very hot also. Okay, so if um, if the area which is dry is very hot, rainfall will be very less. But if the area which is having so many trees, if the area that is having so many that trees also should be evergreen trees. If the heat is exposed in such a way where there are dry trees, it leads to forest fires. That is a different thing. Okay, if that plants are having leaves, on that there is heavy sun's rays are falling, then trees will evaporate. If that area is having all the leaves are shed down, okay, then that will be a problematic. That will lead to fires. So that they should be in evergreen forests. Evergreen forests. This type of climate is seen in evergreen forest. Evergreen plants are those plants, they do not shed their leaves. Seasonally, they will not shed their leaves. They have leaves throughout the year. That's why they are called as evergreen. Even in the hot summer season, also, they have leaves. So, if sunlight is falling on them, they release more water vapor. Transpiration increases. If transpiration increases, humidity increases. So very hot, very humid is possible in evergreen forest, or if there is any ocean body. Food is so tropical. Tropical regions, temperature is very tropical climate. Temperature is very hot and very humid also. Next, fourth one is polar region, polar climates. Polar climates, you can see in polar climates, temperature is very cool. Temperature is very cool. Below 0 degrees Celsius temperature is seen. So immediately, if you put one drop of water, it turns into ice. There is no chance of water vapor in the atmosphere. You cannot see here rainfall, only snowfall. So very cool and snowfall is there. So temperature is very cool and dry. This is cool and dry. So we will be expecting, if it is cool, there should be so much water vapor in the environment. But there is no chance. In polar region, what happens? Polar regions means near to poles, North Pole and South Pole. North Pole and South Pole regions, you take one glass of water there, it turns into it turns into ice immediately. So either the water is present below that ice layer, because lower layers of earth are little warmer. You can see, okay. You can see that water is present below that layer of, what do you see? Below the layer of ice, there may be some water, or you need to warm the water to drink. It's like that. So you don't see any water vapor in the atmosphere, humidity is zero, it's completely dry. So these four types of climates are present. As you can see, they are distributed on the earth equally. Why this reason also is the reason for this is also sunlight only. The earth will not get the sun rays in equal way. This is equator. So this part of earth will receive the sun's rays straight. This part will receive a little slanting, and this part will receive so much slant. So this straight rays are very heat. So these regions of earth are very hot. So you might have studied in your social books equatorial region. This region is equatorial region. It's very hot. After that comes the temperate zone. Temperate zone is again somewhat cooler than this equatorial region. Okay, compared to equatorial region, this region is somewhat cool. In compared to this region, this polar region is completely cool. Okay, I think so. It is 23 and half latitude, 23 and half latitude, 63. I'm not sure. This is zero. So this is the region where the temperature is very cool. This region it is very cool. They are called as frigid zones. These two are temperate zones. It's comparatively cool, cooler than equator zone. So this region you can see tropical forests also, tropical climate also, because it receives more heat. If any water ocean is there in this region or any evergreen forest is there in this region, it turns out to be a tropical climate. If it is not there, then it leads to a desert climate. Okay, so temperate climate is seen in this region and polar climate is seen in this region. This is temperate climate region and this is polar climate region. What are the factors that are influencing this climatic conditions? First one is sun's rays. Okay, because of sun's rays, most of this climatic condition is like that. Second thing is tilt of earth. Earth is not receiving sunlight all the time in the same way. The earth rotates slightly tilted, you know that. North pole, south pole comes like this, and earth is tilted. So this part will have 6 months daytime, 6 months nighttime. Here also same situation, 6 months daytime, 6 months nighttime. Why? Because why it is like that means it is getting the sun's rays half of the year because of its tiltedness. Your social teacher will explain you better than this. Because of that tiltedness, what will happen? That part, if the earth is rotating like this also, this part is always exposed to sunlight. If the sun's rays are coming from this direction, what will happen? This part is receiving, this part is not receiving. By the term earth completes half revolution, what will happen? The lower part will be receiving sunlight continuously and upper part will not receive the sunlight continuously. Because earth's tilt is responsible for this climatic condition. Third thing is altitude. The higher we go, the temperature decreases. So those regions on the earth we have plains, plateaus, hills. Plains or lower regions, plateaus are little bit higher regions, hills are lower regions. So this region is low compared to this region. So this region is comparatively cool compared to this region. Okay. The higher we go, the temperature decreases. The closer we are to the Earth's surface, that temperature will be more. So that is why we prefer to go to hilly stations in summer season. Okay. And another thing that influence the climate of one place is it's near to any sea or ocean like that. Is it in coastal area? So yesterday we discussed about sea breeze. So in the daytime there is sea breeze which makes the area cool. So, near to sea also, nearness to sea is also a factor that decides the climate of a place. Okay, if you compare the climate of, you take the example of our country only. Our country has, you take northmost Jammu and Kashmir, southernmost we have Trivandrum, Tiruvananthapuram, sorry. Tiruvananthapuram. Here we have Assam. Here in this side we have Rajasthan. You can see that in Rajasthan the climate is always dry. Here you can see desert type of climate is seen. Always it is very hot and it's like it's very dry. There are no forests in this region. Opposite to this, Assam is in the same equatorial zone, but because of presence of forests here, you can see Assam, Meghalaya and Tripura regions, they receive so much rainfall. This is tropical climate is seen here. Tropical climate is seen in this region. Okay. In the same way, you can see that Jammu and Kashmir is far from equator and here the temperature is less. So you can see that in this region, you can see uh, temperate climates. And in the same area, there are mountains. There you can see polar climates. Jammu and Kashmir is somewhat lower than that polar regions. So you can see polar climate. This is not polar region, but the type of climate is because of higher altitudes. And in this region, you can see again, it's very near to equator. You can see this is also very close to temperate climates, but it is hotter than Jammu and Kashmir. It's more hot. Compared to Jammu and Kashmir, it is more hot. So rainfall is moderate in Jammu and Kashmir also, Thiruvananthapuram also, but it's very near to equator compared to Jammu and Kashmir, so it is a little bit hotter than Jammu and Kashmir. So this, in a country itself, the climate is different from different corners if you see. So with this you can understand that there are various factors that influence the climate of an area. So to understand, to compete with this changes in climates, organisms that are living are adapting themselves, they're changing their body structure so that they get adjusted to this climatic condition. That concept is called as adaptation. What is adaptation means? Change in physical, it can be physical behavior, or functional features of an organism to be able to survive in an climatic condition. So this is called as adaptation. Adaptations is change in physical, behavioral, functional features of an organism to, to be able to survive in a climatic condition. Suppose you take the physical. In desert, we can see that leaves store water. Store water. This is not actually leaves, this is actually stem that is changed into a leaf like structure that stores water. Leaves are changed into thorn like structures so that there is no transpiration of water, there is no loss of water in the form of transpiration. So there is a change in physical structure of organism to be able to survive in climatic condition. Which climatic condition? Desert climatic condition, hot area. It should be able to survive in this hot area. So there is some change in its structure. Okay. Sometimes there is a change in behavior of organisms. Behavior of organisms. Like, for example, you put the cockroach in lights. Earthworm, you take example of earthworm in bright lights. It tries to move itself into a dark place. Is it structural feature? Is it a structural feature? Is there any change in function of that organism's body? No. It is a behavioral adaptation. The adaptation is behavioral adaptation. Okay? We'll take one functional adaptation. When we go out in sunlight, you are going out in sunlight, your skin turns dark. Why skin turns dark? There is a reason why the skin is turning dark. In our body, there is a pigment called melanin. This melanin has capacity to protect skin from harmful rays. Protect skin from harmful rays. So whenever you go out in the hot sun, your body will start producing melanin. Melanin is a black color pigment that is present in your skin, that is present in your eyes. This pigment will start increasing when you go out in sunlight. Okay? Melanin is a black color pigment present in your skin. Its function is protecting our skin from sunlight. It protects our skin from sunlight. Whenever you are going out in hot sun, suppose take it for example, you are going out to play in hot sun, you have a games period and you are playing out in hot sun. So what happens immediately? Melanin started producing and your skin will turn dark. Is it a physical change? Behavioral change? No, if it is a physical change, it should be there for lifetime. It should not change back again. But it is not happening. It's a temporary change. After coming back into the shade, after a few hours, your skin turns back into normal. Your skin turns back into a normal skin. So it is not a physical change. It is not a physical change. It is not a behavioral change. It's just a functional change. This is called as a functional adaptation. Okay. So its adaptation can be a physical change, behavioral change, functional change of an organism to be able to survive in a climatic condition. So in this chapter, we are going to discuss about some of the physical, some of the behavioral changes. We are not going to discuss any functional changes in this chapter. So we'll start it from tomorrow. In our next class, we'll discuss about the adaptations in organisms which live in polar regions. From that, we'll start and we'll continue with organisms which live in tropical. Not all the organisms, a few of the organisms will be discussed. Right?